was speak.
Hassan of Kamkunji.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I do support Honorable Mbui's position. It is terrible that in fact in this day and age we seem to be grappling with the same problem that we have had for so many years. It is bad for the students. It's bad for the parents. It's bad for the country, and it's a terrible blot on the consciousness of this nation as a whole. And this is something we must fight, not only in the Ministry of Education, although in the exam council, it should be done nationally as well, because this culture of cheating, the culture of shortcuts, is prevalent in our society and in our country. And we can't just blame the students, the parents, and some few members of the National Education Council. We need a more concerted effort. And this also is impacting on those children forever, because when they go to college, they don't do very well. When they go to university, they suffer because they were not well prepared. They have fake results, and it is bad for them. Therefore, we must do whatever is necessary to fight this scourge of cheating in our country.
Thank you. Wanjiku Muya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Matters of examination are serious matters. And Honorable Speaker, what our Deputy Majority Leader has alluded to is correct but not practical. Honorable Speaker, I may give an example of my own constituency. From the one sub-county to where is said it's the middle, unless the exam is taken by border. There are no roads. The roads are very horrible with these heavy rains. And even in the instances where we have constituencies which are very vast, like the ones you just mentioned, of about 300 kilometers, even if they divide the 300 kilometers by 2, it will still be 150 kilometers to the nearest. Really, the idea is good, but it is not practical, and the NEC and the minister and the whole education fraternity have to retract and revisit this issue within the shortest time possible and supervise the exam that it is done without cheating, but in a practical manner. Otherwise, it is not tenable, and that method is just horrible.
Member for Turkana, is it East? Nicholas Gigor.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for giving me this chance to give my voice to this very important motion. Mr. Speaker,
it's a statement.
Statement, I mean. Mr. Speaker, as you have just put it right, this issue of exam management for this year, it is somehow horrible. I have just come from my constituency, and after visiting several schools for their prayer days, that is starting last week to this Monday, last Monday. Mr. Speaker, what I was told by the center's managers, those are the head teachers and the principals, they were just giving what it has been mentioned this afternoon here, that the exam management, it has changed. They will be taking morning exams to the center, back to the headquarters of the constituency or the sub-county, then they take the afternoon exams, then they take it back in the evening after the exams of that day. Mr. Speaker, you have just given an example of some of the constituencies or the sub-counties. Let me just give you a live example of my constituency.
In 30 seconds.
There is a center called Capedo, which is 150 kilometers from Lokori, which is the headquarters of my sub-county. Mr. Speaker, how can the exam be taken from Lokori to Capedo, then back in the afternoon? How many hours? And the journey is a journey of 7 hours from the headquarters of the sub-county to that center. How can it be manageable? Mr. Speaker, this issue must be addressed so that
Thank you. Maclap. We are coming to an end.
Mr. Speaker, this is a ministry of surprises. Surprise number one, Mr. Speaker, is inconveniencing students and teachers in performing their exams. This is a new surprise in town, and we are not even interested in the CEO of NEC. The minister responsible for education must be held accountable. So, Speaker, surprise number two, those of us who come from bandit-prone areas, students are told to leave their school where they have been studying for all these years and go and do exams in another place, an environment that is not known to them, and even how they will eat, how they will survive for the number of days is a problem. Surprise number three, Mr. Speaker, is some of these areas that are very difficult are bandit invested, as you say. So, Speaker, as we even talk now in some school, Kabindasu, bandits are actually marooned GSU officers. The security forces are more insecure than the citizens. What about the students? Mr. Speaker, this Ministry of Surprises of even using regulation to introduce changes in education is a problem. The surprises in the Ministry of Education, Mr. Speaker, must be fixed by Parliament so that there is order in the education system and our children will be able to do exams that has quality and integrity that can earn a name in
Thank
future
you.
of Kenya.
I'll give 2-2, then we end there. Member for Narok North. Mama Agnes Pareo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to support the statement. Examination is a serious issue that we need to look into. And cheating, lying during examination is an issue that has been going on for a long time. And it is time that we need to deal with it once and once for all so that we can give certificates to those who have worked for it. And saying that as exams will be transported twice a day in some areas like my constituency, where I have 6 wards and the roads are unpassable, I don't think that those exams can be transported twice in a day and still reach to the schools at the right time. So I think it is time that the Ministry of Education look into that issue, because even giving one person who is a manager to have or to get hold of this exam with a border man alone, I don't think that the exams will be really fair. And these exams are supposed to reach to the students while nobody has interfered with it. So it means that by the end of it all, there are so many people that will interfere with these exams and the exams will not be secured. So I think it is an issue that we need to look into. Thank you.
The last one, Mwalimu Mboko Milemba. That is the end of that story.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Speaker, the center of everything that has been said is the teacher. The person whom you have heard being mentioned as center organizer is actually the head teacher or the principal, and it's basically the teacher. And in the event anything happens wrong, Honorable Speaker, that's the person who is punished, is addicted, and currently he's actually dismissed by the Teacher Service Commission. Honorable Speaker, even now, the people who have been invited to go and supervise exams have been invited forcefully. Ordinarily, they are supposed to actually apply and get there. But now teachers have been given letters and they don't want to go and supervise. So we shall still have a problem on supervision. But finally, because of time, at the center of all this is also lack of money in the schools, because the practicals require money and there's no money in the schools. The last tranche to be sent was long time ago. My advice is this, that because exams are more important in this country than the economy sometimes, unlike America, where they vie their economy more, could the Honorable CS for Education be given time to come to this house before we close so that he gives confidence to these members and Kenyans that exams will be clean. Otherwise, we shall have the same case we had last time when one school got all the A's and others got nothing. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Melly, the chair of the committee. Do you have the facts with you to respond now, or I give you first thing tomorrow morning?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish
And do you
to
have
respond.
capacity to speak on behalf of the ministry?
No, I cannot speak on behalf of the minister. I will request that I ask the minister to give me facts I can table before the House tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, you are the one who will start the House tomorrow as always. The first shot you'll give to any member is to Honorable Melly to bring a statement from the minister to assuage members and the public from the fears being exhibited so that we don't deal a psychological blow to our children who are going to sit exams, so that we can encourage them to go and face exams with courage. And on your behalf, my own behalf, I want us to wish all the students who are going to sit exams in the country the very best, so that they can all come out with good results to transition to the next levels. Thank you. Next, as we go to the next order, yes, Kaluma? Not on the same issue?
I can't raise the same issue, Honorable Speaker, after your wise decision. Maybe I would have just wished that because tomorrow we are meeting the cabinet secretaries on the plenary, it could be an issue that may be raised with the office, with Melly, if the response is not satisfactory in the early sessions of tomorrow. But Honorable Speaker, I'm standing before you under Standing Order number 131 of the Standing Orders of the House. Honorable Speaker, that provision permits a member to stand before the House rises to go into the committee of the whole House to address the issues therein. The issue, Honorable Speaker, is that that standing order provision empowers you as Speaker and gives you discretion.
Honorable Kaluma,
Yes, Honorable Speaker.
the order has not been called yet.
I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, so
Thank
you
you.
are actually anticipating debate.
I'm sorry, Honorable
What I
Speaker.
suggest you do is once the order has been called and the speaker has left the chair and you go to the committee of the whole, the chair of the committee will give you the first bite to raise the issue you are raising.
I thought, Honorable Speaker, that the issue can only be dealt with by the substantive speaker, not the chair of the committee of the whole, because otherwise the chair would have to return to your seat to.
Okay, let's call out the order. I'll hear you.
Yes, sir.
Committee of the Whole House. Order number 8, Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable members, before the speaker leaves the chair, we'll give Kaluma 2 minutes to prosecute what he wants to prosecute. I also want to encourage you that this is a bill that is literally precedent setting. The committee has proposed amendments to each and every clause, including the title. Ordinarily, I would have advised them to bring a wholly new bill. But since we have reached where we are, I have acceded to the amendments to be walked through. Honorable Pukose and his group are going to prosecute for a long time, I believe, amendments to each and every clause, including the title. And I hope that you will have the stamina and the time, because it's an extremely important bill in the health sector of this country. Can I hear Honorable Kaluma?
Honorable Speaker, you partly prosecuted the matter I wanted to raise with you. Honorable Speaker, this is a very important bill. I was requesting, Honorable Speaker, that in the light of the several amendments proposed, and Honorable Speaker, I can confirm from pages 1479 to pages 1526, over 48 pages of the order paper for today. There are proposals, number one, by the committee, including the title, and I agree with the committee. Then there are proposals by several other members. I see Irene Mayaka, Honorable Peter Sowino, I'm seeing Honorable Dr. Nikal. Honorable Speaker, the provision of Standing Order number 131 empowers you to direct that where there are more than 10 amendments, those matter or the bill itself can be referred back to the relevant committee, which will be the Committee on Health for Harmonization. Honorable Speaker, this is what we call winnowing. So I was requesting that we don't proceed to the Committee of the Whole if you allow, but because this matter is very serious, it goes for winnowing and we harmonize all these amendments. Honorable Speaker, maybe I also mentioned, because of shortness of time, that if you look at page 1387 of this bill, it is a bill proposing to repeal the whole of the Pharmacy and Poisons Board Act. It is seeking to repeal the Food, Drugs, and the Scheduled Substances Act. Both of those statutes are being repealed in terms of the whole act in whole. It seeks to repeal section 16, 17, and 18 of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. I've looked at those acts, Honorable Speaker, it is seeking to repeal. I've also looked at the sections of the various laws it is seeking to repeal, not in whole, but in part. And Honorable Speaker, they are very substantive. It would be therefore necessary, Honorable Speaker, that we go back to the committee, the relevant committee, so that we don't just deal with the bill itself, but also be assured in a way, by way of cross-checking, that the good provisions in the various acts of parliament sought to be repealed, Honorable Speaker, are incorporated herein.
Thank you.
This is the reason I was requesting for winnowing. I know we need to transact this fast for the reasons the Deputy Speaker has given me, but Honorable Speaker, winnowing even enables expedition. I was thinking if this were to be directed even tomorrow, then on Thursday we could take the shortest time on matters the House is generally agreed upon to expedite the consideration of this bill at the Committee of the Whole House. I crave, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Chairman of the committee, what do you say to that?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, having listened to Kaluma, I think you've already given a direction to which this is a very important bill. And this is a bill I started in the 11th Parliament. And we've gone through when the minister, because it is affecting a department within the Ministry of Health, that we have proposals which we have tried to, as much as possible, to accommodate from the government. So I think we just move to the Committee of the Whole House and we prosecute the bill, because that will hasten the process, and I don't think we need to go back winnowing, then we have to reschedule it again for Committee of the Whole House. That will be a longer process.
Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I know that I agree with the chairperson of the Health Committee. This bill, actually, in as much as it looks like there is several amendments, the amendments are not substantial. They are restricted to small correction of the use of certain words so that we can be in tandem with the WHO standards. For example, at the titling, it makes sense because the title was the Kenya Drugs Authority Bill. Amending that to say that, to include, I think the new name that they are putting there is the Kenya Health Products and Technologies Regulatory Authority is just to explain what the bill is about. Because, for example, laser treatment cannot be called a drug, it's a technology. So it's just trying to make sure that the bill now is with modern science, where treatment is not by drugs alone, but can also be by technology. It is a more comprehensive explanation. The other amendment, another that I can pick as an example, is the change of the word therapeutic, cosmetic, and is being replaced with dietary supplement. Again, it will become an all-compassing
thank you,
explanation.
ma'am.
And lastly, Honorable Speaker, if you allow me, the other list of definitions are just to put the definitions in alphabetical order. So there is no substantive changes or amendments that are, it's more definitional. In fact, the substantive amendments are only 3, Honorable Speaker. Thank you. So I propose that we proceed.
Honorable members, there are some amendments that came to the Speaker's chamber. I think one from Senior Counsel Otienda Molo, from one or two other members, including Honorable Kaluma. I direct that when you get to those amendments, they all be accommodated. Normally, there is a time cut at which your amendments should be brought, but having approved them, they will all be considered. In the event you reach any clause that has competing amendments that are conflicting in nature, the chair of the committee is at liberty to stay that amendment to the next day for harmonization. I don't see any difficulty in that. That's part of our legislative process. So, honorable members will go into committee. Every amendment that I have approved should be and will be considered in the committee of the whole. Will you be upstanding, honorable members?
Order, members. The House is now in the Committee of the Whole for the consideration of the Kenya Drugs Authority Bill, National Assembly number 54 of 2022. Honorable members, let us have order in the House. Honorable Nyenze, take your seat. Break that Kamukunji. Honorable Sergon, take your seat. Member for Mogotio, take your seat. Member for Laikipia, take your seat. We will have order. Member for Mogotio, take your seat. Order, members.
Clause 3.
I propose the question that clause 3 be part of the bill. Mover. Honorable Pukose.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 3 of the bill be amended as per the order paper. The clause 3 of the bill is deleted in subclause 1 and substitute therefore the following new subclause 1. 1, that this act applies to the regulation of A, medicines, medical products and technologies. B, medical devices including radiation emitting products. C, radiopharmaceuticals. D, complementary, alternative or herbal medicines. E, cosmetics and borderline products. F, in vitro diagnostic medical devices. G, therapeutic feeds. H, clinical trials. I, nutraceuticals and dietary supplements. J, digital health and technologies. K, scheduled substances. L, chemical substances. And M, biological products for use in humans and the starting materials used in their manufacture. This is to comprehensively cover all aspects in the regulation of health products and technologies.
I therefore propose a question that clause 3 be amended as proposed by the chair of the Health Committee. Honorable Kaluma.
Yes, Chair, I support the amendment, but Chair, I've not heard the mover speak to scheduled substances, and I regret the bill does not say what scheduled substances are. Unless this is clarified, I would urge the members to oppose. I thank you, Chair.
Speak to this issue, put an intervention. Honorable Otiende Amolo, are you on this one? Okay. Chair, do you have a response to Honorable Kaluma's?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, in A, I'm talking of medicines, medical products, and technologies. What Honorable Kalima need to know is that scheduled substances are medicines. So when we are saying medicines, they are in scheduled substances.
What's out of Honorable Kaluma?
Chair, the mover is misleading the House. The term scheduled substances was clearly defined in the Pharmacy and Poisons Board Act. The question I'm asking is whether scheduled substances has been defined within this bill in the manner it was defined there, because otherwise it is not clear what it is in the bill.
Chair.
Madam Chair, we are in clause 3. Clause 3 does not talk about definitions. Yeah, I want clause 3, that clause we have amended, and we are indicating comprehensively cover of all aspects in the regulation of health products and technologies. All these are health products and technologies. So it is not definition. I think the honorable member is talking about definitions. And when you go to definitions, then you will find the definition of scheduled substances.
Okay, honorable members, I will therefore now put the question that clause 3 be amended as proposed by the Chair Health Committee. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 3 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 4.
I propose the question that clause 4 be part of the bill. Mover,
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 4 be amended as per the order paper. This is to accord with international best practices on establishment of centralized regulatory authority for health products and technologies.
I propose the question that clause 4 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Dawood,
Chair, I agree with the reasoning that the Deputy Speaker had given earlier, that it should encompass all, because technologies are used, and in the drugs title, it was not there. So I support, Chair.
This I support.
Honorable Kaluma.
Chair, this amendment I support. The title of the bill as initially framed, Chair, was Kenya Drugs Authority Bill. And the authority was there for Kenya Drugs Authority. Chair, that was limiting, considering we are also dealing with technology. And we are not just up to creating authorities, but dealing with both drugs and technology application in the health sector. I therefore support that amendment by the committee.
Thank you, Honorable Kaluma. Member for North Imenti, you have already spoken on this. Honorable Otiende, I think if you're not willing to speak on this ones, you remove. Okay. Your interest is in clause 8. Okay. I therefore put the question that clause 4 be amended as proposed by the chair, Health Committee. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 4 is amended, be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
I propose the question that clause 5 be part of the bill. Mover. Clause 5, Honorable Bukose.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 5 be amended as per the order paper. This is to give the board discretion to determine the location of the authority's headquarters, because we are now saying that the headquarters of the headquarters of the authority shall be in such other place as the board of the authority may by resolution determine.
Honorable Kaluma.
Yes, Chair, I want to urge the members present that we reject the amendment of the committee so that we have the clause 5 in the bill passed as it is. Chair, clause 5 is very clear. It says the headquarters of the authority shall be Nairobi. This is the manner they are drafted. But the authority may establish branches anywhere in Kenya. Honorable, to leave it to a body of people will be changing each time to determine where the headquarters is, in terms of even resource allocation for construction of that headquarters or where it should be, will be moving with whoever is chairing the board and whoever is in the board each time. I pray, Chair, and I pray, honorable members, that we reject that committee amendment and we make it clear under the law that the headquarters is in Nairobi, but other branches may appear everywhere.
Thank you. You've made your point, Honorable CNN.
Chair, I just want to support what Honorable Kaluma said. We need to reject this clause because headquarters has to be specifically in Nairobi, where we are and where many of the authorities functions from, Chair.
Thank you. Member for Saku.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I support the amendment that the chair has moved. Actually, what he is saying is not changing the headquarters. He is saying that the board can have branches anywhere or around the country. And I think that is part of devolution. There's no way you are just going to have headquarters and everything in Nairobi.
Honorable
So I
members,
support.
just for clarity, the amendment as in the order paper does not change the headquarters. It only says that it can be determined by a resolution to such other place as the board of the authority may by resolution determine. Member for Nakuru Town East.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I arise to support the amendment by the chair, and totally because there was a confusion what is written in the bill and what the explanation is coming is like they want to, like the chair is removing the headquarters from Nairobi. But that is not the case. I support your amendment, Honorable, that branches can be determined by the board. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
It can be in any, it can be
I'll give the member, Honorable Basil, member for Yatta.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I agree with the Honorable Kaluma that we need to be specific because it'd be very costly that if we have to change offices every time we have a new resolution. So let's consider that. Thank you.
I will hear Honorable Ward Chief. I will give you the last word, Honorable Chair.
Chair, the reason why we are supporting this is that the headquarters remains in Nairobi. It is only the branches that can be established in this order that the amendment is saying.
Honorable Pukose, kindly summarize this one on this matter.
Chair, I want to read to Honorable Kaluma and others what the bill says. The headquarters of the authority shall be in Nairobi. Then we go further to say that and the branches shall be in such other place as the board of the authority may by resolution determine. Those are branches which you are determining, not the headquarters.
Honorable
not
Dawood,
listening.
order members, Honorable Dawood, we will get there. Honorable Dawood.
Chair, I agree with what the chair of Health Committee is saying. There is nothing in the bill which is saying Nairobi is not the headquarters, but it is just saying a resolution will be passed to determine where the other branches will be. So I do not understand where the problem is.
Honorable Otende Amolo.
Chair, I didn't want to speak to this clause, but I want to persuade Honorable Pukose that on a closer reading of this clause, Honorable Kaluma may be right. Honorable Pukose, and the reason why Honorable Kaluma would be right is the use of the word or. If you read as it now stands, you see, if you remove those words, the headquarters of the authority shall be in Nairobi or in such other place as the board of the authority may by resolution determine. That's how it then flows. Now, then what it means, Honorable Chair, is that we are saying it will be Nairobi or any other place. Now, I would suggest that the way to deal with it is not to debate it too much. The substantive speaker gave us leeway, and if Honorable Pukose agrees, I could propose a further amendment that resolves the issue, which is this. We just, we retain it, the earlier part, the headquarters of the authority shall be in Nairobi, and then instead of the words or, say, but the authority may establish branches in any other place by resolution, so that it's clear that it's the branches that can be established by resolution, not the headquarters. I beg, Chair, thanks.
Honorable Chair, I think Honorable Tinde has a point. Can we hear you, Honorable Kaluma, or Tinde has spoken for you?
Let me say something briefly. Honorable Chair, Clause 5 as currently drafted establishes where the seat of the headquarter is in Nairobi and gives the board the freedom to determine where the branches could be anywhere in Kenya. If the amendment by the committee is carried, it will be saying that the headquarters shall be Nairobi or any other place they may determine, but it will no longer speak to the opening of branches anywhere in Kenya. And that is why I was saying, even the proposal for amendment Honorable Tiende Molo is proposing may not help much, because if they will be saying that the board will by resolution. A board as a body corporate, no doubt, determines by resolution. Let us reject this committee amendment and leave what is in the bill, which is that the headquarters is in Nairobi, but the board retains the mandate and power to determine wherever branches are in Kenya. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Kaluma. Chair.
Chair, I think the best is we can drop the amendment. Yes.
That is good.
Yeah.
We will now propose it without amendment. I propose the question. I therefore propose the question. I propose that clause 5 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 5 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 6.
I propose the question that clause 6 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 6 be amended as per the order paper, and this is for proper drafting of the clause.
I propose the question that clause 6 be amended as proposed by the chair. Member for Madare.
Honorable Chair, I want to support the amendment by the committee on the grounds that the authority that is being created touches on very fundamental things, not only the administration of drugs and the technologies that are involved in this area, so that the enhancement of the experience of the Director General to 15 years is one that is appropriate, so that we are ensure that the persons who are superintending over this very serious authority are persons that is a person that we can entrust. I support.
Member for Yatta.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. If you go to number D4, a person shall be qualified for appointment as Director General if such a person holds a bachelor's degree in pharmacy. Kenyans are learned, so why don't we stick to masters only? We don't need to have first degree as a consideration. Thank you.
Member for Homa Bay Town.
Honorable Chair, I support the committee's amendment, more so to clause 3, where they are proposing that the term of service be reduced from 4 to 3 years, so that it accords with the Mwongozo guidelines. That I support, Honorable Chair. But Honorable Chair, I tend to believe that the qualifications, the academic qualification or the qualification criteria being established in clause 4 is unduly restrictive. Honorable Chair, the Director General is to lead in administration, is not to lead in preparation of drugs, pharmaceuticals, or in the application. Honorable Chair, we are past the time where the clerk of the House, for instance, had to be a lawyer, where the Speaker of the House, particularly in the County Assembly, had to be a lawyer. Anybody who can lead a board in terms of being their executive should be opened for leeway to lead. So I would request the chair to, remove the specification in terms of pharmacy to somebody who has done administration or management or anybody who has served at management level, including in parliament here, can be in charge of this body because they are not the ones to do the chemicals and to manufacture them. I thank you, Honorable Chair.
I'll give the chair first. Honorable Chair, to respond to the issues that have been raised. Before the chair, I'll give Member for Seme.
I think for part A, it really must, that is one who must be there, that if you really are going to be a Director General, you must have the basics of pharmacy. And that is why you have the first degree. When you come to B, you have actually opened it so that other people, so long as they have that, there are people now who have pharmacy, but they may also have another degree in administration, in law. Those people now are open. But for that one, I think we should leave it as it is.
Honorable TJ.
That is what opens it.
Chair, I'm enjoying this discourse between my learned friend, Honorable Kaluma, and my senior doctor beside me here. But you know, in this house, we must agree on things. When it comes to lawyers, everybody says that not, and Honorable Murugara, please listen to me. Honorable Murugara, please listen to me. You know, no, the chairman beside you is diverting your attention, if you don't mind, because this relates to JLAC. Yes. When it comes to lawyers, Honorable Chair, they say that not only lawyers must be chairman or must be CEO or must be this and that, but when it comes to medicine, my doctor who is next to me here is very forceful that only people who have read pharmacy can only do these things. Now we have to be very consistent in these things. I know that lawyers have a problem in terms of how the society view them, but time has come when we have to be consistent in our policy. I neither support Kaluma, nor do I support the member for Seme, but this house must take a position.
Honorable TJ, thank you. Chair. Your reaction to members' issues that have been raised.
Chair, this has been subjected to public participation. And when you look at the qualifications, where we are saying holding a bachelor's degree in pharmacy from a university recognized in Kenya, and then that must be a basic requirement, because not just, this is a WHO also requirement for this National Medical Regulatory Authority to be able to qualify for us to be in level 3, maturity level 3. Therefore, you cannot lower the standards for it and just open it to say that anybody can become the CEO of this organization. I think we must also live up to the expectations.
Thank you. Honorable Owen Baya.
I support the amendments by the chair, Honorable Speaker, and that clause 6 be part of the bill. And I would like to also say that I believe what TJ is saying. Where organizations must be led by lawyers, they must be led by lawyers. And where organizations must be led by pharmacists, they must be led by pharmacists. I think we need to professionalize our way of doing things. And therefore, I would like, if an organization needs to be led by a pilot, let it be led by a pilot. If it needs to be led by a teacher, let it be led by a teacher. So let's give the pharmacists the opportunity to lead this pharmaceutical organization.
You've made your point. Honorable Gekaria.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, as I arise to support Dr. Pukose, but at the same time, I agree with TJ Kajwang. I had an opportunity of IEBC, where they said the chair must be a lawyer of, I don't know, High Court. I don't know.
So, Honorable Gekaria, are you supporting the chair? You cannot support the chair and TJ at the same time.
All I'm just
on this
saying,
one. Honorable Member for Diwa. Here, member for Diwa for a minute, then I'll give you Honorable Kalu.
If TJ and JL, I could not get that. This is technical. This is highly technical, and you cannot have anybody without basic degree in pharmacy to do it. So I support it.
Honorable Dr. Gogo.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair. I like the way this has generated quite a bit of involvement, but for heaven's sake, I want to support the chair that let pharmacies run their own business. And as it were, the qualifications that have been put forth by the chair, I support all of them. When it comes to, Honorable Chair, when it comes to matters
We
where
will hear all of you members. Just hold your
where
horses.
you have lawyers lead certain organizations, or when it is open to the public, that would do, or any other disciplines.
Thank
But for
you.
this particular one, let us give these pharmacists a
Thank you.
chance, for heaven's sake.
Thank you,
Chair.
Honorable. Thank you, Member for Rangwe, Honorable Member for Homa Bay Town, and Honorable Kajwang. You have already made your point of this one. Honorable Kaluma.
Yeah, Chair, I am persuaded by the chair that the nature of this work requires a specialized person. But Honorable Chair, may I then request the mover to delete the phrase "or any relevant field" from a university? Because if we are saying it should be pharmacists or medics, then what is any relevant field? Would I request, if we are keeping it to pharmacy or medicine or medical related courses, this any relevant field opens it wide. Could it be removed? I thank you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable members, let us be orderly. If you're willing to speak on these interventions, Member for North Imenti.
Chair, I agree with the Chair of Health. And to answer Honorable Kaluma's point, it says initially you have to have a bachelor's degree in pharmacy, and after that in the master's is when you can be in any other field besides pharmacy and medicine. So Chair, you know, in the 2010 Constitution, the lawyers had it all their way. They put themselves in each and every commission and every sector of the government. So Chair, lawyers have had it well. Now let the other people have it as well. Thank you, Chair.
Member for Runyenjes.
Thank you, Chair. On this particular field, Honorable Chair, I want to support the chair of the committee or the mover, since his proposal is that we have a person who has a bachelor's degree in pharmacy, and Honorable Chair, a person can have a bachelor's degree in pharmacy but still possess another qualification that is of related field. So, Honorable Chair, I support the mover.
Thank you. Member for Luanda.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair. On this one, Madam Chair, I want to support the chair because professionals go to school to acquire technical skills for a given field. And therefore, having a technical person heading this is very important. Therefore, I support that the professionals should actually be honored.
Thank you.
Therefore, support this.
Honorable Dr. Otiende Amolo.
Chair, first, I support the chair of the committee. And in truth, Honorable Dawood has explained it. Because as I understand this, the first is a basic degree in pharmacy. But thereafter, you are allowed to have a second master's degree in anything. You can even have an MBA. You can have anything else, which then will speak to the skills that we were talking about. So it's not inconsistent. Having said that, Chair, secondly, it would be outrageous to have a chief executive who does not have a basic degree in pharmacy, and yet down there in clause 8, you are insisting the board chair must have a degree in pharmacy.
Thank you.
And yet this is the technical one. But Madam Chair, Honorable Dawood should withdraw what he has said. Honorable Dawood has suggested that the lawyers created all the offices for themselves, and I was part of those who wrote the Constitution, and it is not true. Did Honorable Dawood want doctors to be judges in the High Court and Supreme Court? Absolutely not. So to that extent, I agree with Honorable TJ Kajwang. Thank you.
Thank you. I will now put the question that clause 6 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as that have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question. Before I put the global question, there was a proposed amendment by Honorable Oluoch, Anthony Oluoch. But the import of carrying the proposal by the chair makes yours fall, Honorable Oluoch.
Oh.
Sorry.
Apologies, Madam Chair. When I was making my interventions initially, I was speaking to my amendments. I later realized that the amendments were the amendments as put in the order paper by the chair and the committee. My issue was on clause 6, particularly the clause that deals with, I think, C, that deals with the 15 years experience. So you have guided, Madam Chair. I don't know whether I can still prosecute or the import of...
The import is that it falls, actually.
It falls.
Yeah.
I'm guided.
Okay, I will now put the question that clause 6 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 7.
I propose the question that clause 7 be part of the bill. Mover?
Honorable Chair, I propose that clause 7 be amended as per the order paper. This is to correct a typographical error. Because what we're doing here is that we in paragraph 7 of the bill, we amended F by deleting the words act, regulation under this and substitute therefore the words regulation under this act. It's just typographical error.
Allow me to propose the question that clause 7 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Kaluma.
Honorable Chair, this clause requires further amendments, and it is the clause I'd signify to the Speaker would propose amendments for. Honorable Chair, while least I support the amendment of the committee, Honorable Chair, look at clause 7A and B and whether they should be necessary. Honorable Chair, you know we are a House of Parliament. We cannot be sitting to be legislating against ourselves, even where it is not necessary. Honorable Chair, when you say a person shall not qualify for the position of Director General if the person is a member of Parliament or is a member of the County Assembly, number one, can you qualify if indeed you are sitting? I'm saying that in addition to the amendments the mover is proposing, clause 7A and B be also deleted on its own moving, because it serves no purpose. It is obvious I cannot engage in any other thing under the Constitution if I'm a member of Parliament. You cannot engage in any other thing from which you can gain under the Constitution if you are a member of the County Assembly, because in both cases you are a state officer under Article 260 of the Constitution. So this spirit in which as Parliament we keep shouting against ourselves, even where it yields no substantive benefit, is not necessary. I therefore support the mover's amendment, but I request him to further amend clause 7 by deleting subclause A and B. If he does not, we will reject the whole clause. I thank you, Chair.
Let's start with the member for Madare. Are you on this?
Yes, Madam Chair, I was particularly, I had a proposed amendment to begin with, and I support the part that seeks to add the word persons with disabilities on the question of, in terms of its being in compliance or in tandem with the provisions of the Constitution. So to the extent that it would seek to include the persons with disabilities, I would propose or agree that the issues of persons with disabilities be included.
Thank you, Honorable Owen Baya. But I'm not sure you're prosecuting the same issue.
Yeah, Honorable
Honorable
Speaker,
Baya.
I'm wondering where those amendments by Kaluma and Oluocha, because what we have on clause 7, we do not have any amendments by Honorable Kaluma.
Are we on clause 7 or clause 8? 7. Okay.
Yes, on clause 7. Does he have? But where are the further amendments? No. I understand the idea of further amendments. But they are not on record. They're not on record, those amendments. Where? Where are they on record?
Honorable Tiende.
Thank you. Chair, I want Honorable Kaluma, let me help Honorable Owenbai understand the earlier ruling
Yes.
by the substantive speaker.
Yes.
As the speaker ruled, there are some of us who had written for amendments, but they were not incorporated in this order paper. But the speaker ruled that we can introduce them, including one that I will introduce, because the speaker had accepted them. That is why Honorable Kaluma is able to suggest a further amendment. But in any case, sometimes when it is necessary to help an omission, and provided the mover is in agreement, there is no harm in introducing a further amendment if Dr. Pukosi agrees. So let me say two things, Chair. First, I agree with Honorable Kaluma to this extent, because